Hey guys, it's Frank. Welcome back to my channel. So the last couple of weeks I made reaction videos about the pros and cons moving to Toronto, the pros and cons moving to Calgary, and it was written by Neeleys Moving and Storage Company. And then I figured, wait a second, I have to react to the pros and cons moving to Winnipeg, right? So I went ahead on the website and I was searching everywhere for the pros and cons moving to Winnipeg, and I just couldn't find it. It just doesn't exist. It seems like they just accepted it off their head. So then I had to make this video. So I went on Google and I then typed in pros and cons moving to Winnipeg, and I found by another moving company called Neeleys Van and Storage Company, and they did the exact same format, pros and cons moving to Winnipeg. And so then I figured for this week's video, as a person that was born and raised in Winnipeg, I would react now to the pros and cons moving to Winnipeg written by this different company. You know, it's sort of funny because the most viewed and most hated video I have on YouTube is actually when I talked about reasons not to move to Winnipeg. So you know what, maybe I'll when I go through this, I'll try to slowly tone it down. But without further ado, give this video a go to smash and let's begin this vlog. Little something about Winnipeg. Winnipeg is the capital province of Manitoba, 7th largest city in Canada. Wait, what is this? The city got its name after the lake Winnipeg, which means murky water. See, if I was trying to think of a city name, and why would I look at murky water and think, you know what, I'm gonna name the city after this murky water. It just makes sense. Murky water, I'm gonna call the city Winnipeg. Okay, it just doesn't make sense. Why would you do that? So to start off, it looks like a pro to moving Winnipeg is its culture. Because of its diversity, Winnipeg has an interesting mix of cultures and traditions. Okay, some interesting fact that you might know is that your favorite childhood character, Winnie the Pooh, got its name partly because of Winnipeg the bear. Like growing up, almost every grade teacher from like kindergarten to like grade 5 would be like, hey guys, you know that song you're singing to about Winnie the Pooh? Did you know Winnipeg is partly named after this bear? This bear right here, named after Winnipeg. And you know, it's just been embedded. So like when people that's not from Winnipeg come to actually be like,
hey, did you know Winnipeg was named after
Winnie the Pooh? It just gets people somewhat more interested about the city. So they do have listed some places. They listed that they have Festival de Voyageur, I've heard of that. The Winnipeg Folk Festival, heard of that. And I even heard of the Jazz Festival. I can't really comment much because I haven't been to it, but these are the known things that people in Winnipeg do attend on a, I think it's a summer basis. Correct me if I'm wrong, if you're from Winnipeg. Number 2 for the pros of moving to Winnipeg, and this one, I 100% agree, guys. It's the housing option. Finding a house for a reasonable price is quite easy. The price range for a 3-bedroom house is about $280 to $300K. If you don't care about the bright light city life, and you just are more of a homebody, definitely moving to Winnipeg might be one of the best decisions you can make, just given that it's just affordable. You can literally do it on a single income if you really want to. It's not entirely impossible, but like in the bigger cities like Toronto or Vancouver, easily to do it, you kind of almost have to have dual income. Number 2 about the pros of moving to Winnipeg is sports, surprisingly. If you're a big sports fan, moving to Winnipeg is next on your list. I guess you kind of have to define what's a big sports fan. I say for actually playing sports, I would say Winnipeg is better, just given that there's just a lot more space. But if you're living in Toronto, example, I guess in terms of watching major sports such as basketball, baseball, and hockey, I would say in there. And I say if you want to take your game, quote unquote, to the next level, I would also agree Toronto would be the better option to live in. But in terms of like, I guess, rec league sports, I would say, yeah, definitely Winnipeg. And I can say this because I was terrible at sports, but somehow people during recess time still chose me. Oh, and yes, they recently got the Winnipeg Jets. So you know what, for all you guys who keep on saying,
well, Frank, Winnipeg's not that small. We have a hockey team called the Winnipeg Jets.
So you know what, I will give you credit. The Winnipeg Jets did return back. And last that they have for the pros of moving to Winnipeg would be job opportunities. And guys, I'm not here to hate on Winnipeg, but I'm telling you right now, there are not that many job opportunities in Winnipeg in comparison to like Toronto and Vancouver. If you're in business or in tech and you're looking to go and you're in Winnipeg, tough luck, guys. And I'm not just saying that because I looked everywhere and there were like literally only like maybe 5 new postings every day. Like, you know, when you're in Toronto, there's almost like hundreds of new job opportunities every day. It might not be applicable, but there's new ones. Now let's move over to the cons of moving to Winnipeg. And this is where my video comes along, but let's see what they have. Number 1 being crime. Winnipeg has the highest crime rate in the country. I will say, if you're planning to living on Winnipeg, I wouldn't really consider this part being like the reason why you avoid living to Winnipeg, because honestly, guys, it really just depends what area you're living in. Like, if you're living in a high crime area, well, you know, maybe don't walk on the street late at night. For some of you that don't know, I lived in like both spectrums of Winnipeg. I lived in the north end, which wasn't the greatest, and then I lived in the south part of Winnipeg, which was a little bit nicer. Whatever area that you're living usually is what the area is like on a day-to-day basis. I wouldn't say it's your make or break to moving to Winnipeg. Number 2 for cons to moving to Winnipeg is transportation. Winnipeg has an aging infrastructure not suitable for the growing city. The old city has a great public transport. The other parts of the cities do not fare well. If you don't own a car, you might be in trouble. Speaking to any person in Winnipeg, no one says, wow, the transportation, guys, it's so good. I don't need a car. It's just so good. No, everyone in Winnipeg, I say for the most part, you will need a car. Very similar to Calgary, you need a car. If you're in Winnipeg, I highly suggest to get a vehicle, because waiting at that bus stop for like 30-40 minutes and like, let's say -30, -40 temperature isn't the nicest thing. The third item that they listed, and they kept it nice and short. They only have 3 items, but they said climate. Winnipeg certainly has an interesting climate, which might not be suitable for everyone. October to April, you see snow. All right, it starts getting cold that you don't even want to be outside. So what is that in months? October, November, December, January, February, March, April. They have like a little mini summary for us to read, and moving to Winnipeg. So this is what they have to say. Just like any city, Winnipeg has many things to offer. Because of its size, there are many job opportunities and diverse population. To say that the city has many job opportunities and diverse, this website, I like Cassie Moving Storage. Okay, maybe we'll cancel that off this video. So that wraps up the blog about the pros and cons moving to Winnipeg, written by Neeleys Van and Storage Company. My overall take about Winnipeg is fairly similar to Calgary in the sense that, you know, if you're looking to settle or you're looking to start a family, by far these cities, Calgary or Winnipeg, it's phenomenal to start there, just given that housing is affordable, commute times are low, and yeah, there's literally schools in literally every neighborhood in that city. And yes, even though there are known cons such as crime, transportation, or even the climate about Winnipeg, it really just depends on where you're living in that city, because, you know, at the end of it, you are saving so much money to the point where it doesn't even matter what's thrown at you, because you save so much money to the point where, let's say it's -40. Well then, go travel to Hawaii. Or if there's somewhere crime, live somewhere nice. If the transportation sucks with public transit, then you have a nice car because of all the money that you're saving. So that's my take about Winnipeg. It's a great city if you're looking to have a little bit more of a simpler life and you're looking to save money. But anyhow, with that said, guys, if you made it to this end of this video, thank you so much for following my millennial journey and these last few videos of me reacting to the pros and cons to ex-Canadian city. And I guess, what else can I say, guys? I'll see you all in my next video. Peace.